We've done a little bit of null conversation here. It's invalid to do this on main. It turns out with main, args is not going to be null, assuming you're getting the value from the command line. If you're calling this from a test project, then args, of course, you could go do bad things. You could pass null. But if you're passing null from the command line, it's not going to be null. But it turns out you can refactor this, and you can actually add a null check automatically just using that dot period operator. So now, as your values come in, you can check them. So here's the interesting question to ask. You'll notice my array here is declared as a string bracket bracket. Is it nullable? Nullability is turned on. Could args be null? Ignoring that this is main, because that's a corner case. Imagine this is a different method. Could the value of args be null given the fact that this is not a string bracket bracket question mark? So nullability is turned on. All null reference types are non-nullable unless they're decorated with a question mark. There's no question mark here. Could args be null? Yes. Turns out absolutely. Absolutely. The nullability feature in C#8 only expresses your intent. It does not control whoever calls you. They could not have turned on the nullability feature. They could have turned it on and ignored the warning. They could have decided, what the heck, I'm going to override it and use a null forgiving operator and explicitly call null. There is nothing in the source code that actually checks or changes the semantic behavior of the way your source code executes. And so the fact that now inside main, I can go automatically do a check that is still absolutely a check I need to make, because I don't know if the people calling me are actually paying attention to any of the warnings that would have cropped up. So it is a nullable reference types only allows you to express the intent of your encode. It does not actually do any semantic changes to verify that you don't have null. So the fact that now I can do a control period, do refactoring, and add a null check is a really good thing, except in the case of main, because main is called by the runtime, and the runtime won't ever pass a null into this particular check. So that's the one exception. But even though it's a non-nullable data type, you still need to check for null in general, even if you have that.